Steve Breslauer and Dolores Wilkenfeld are among the most honorable members of our Jewish community.
To be doing this tribute to both of you in recognition of all of you that you've done for the Jewish people, for progressive Judaism around the world, and for our own community in Houston, Texas.
Steve, your commitment to family and your commitment to children is so evident in all the work that the World Union does.
He's helped me be the person that I am today. He was always very hands-on and supportive, and like David said, that's where we got our Judaism.
He has been actively involved with youth groups since he was actually in youth. In fact, he and my mother met at the first National Federation convention, and they had a mock wedding between North and South because he was from Milwaukee and she was from New Orleans.
Steve and Sandy were clowns when they weren't working in the office, literally clowns. They would go and visit children in the hospital. They also opened their home, not for their own children alone, but for foster children.
Their deep affection for each other and the caring attention Steve showered on Sandy as we all chatted, smiled, and laughed together will always remain an inspiration and a blessing to me and Jill. And this is Sandy in her extra high-speed limo vehicle.
If you're not careful, man, I'll run you over.
And there's her slave, Steve.
First and foremost was brotherhood, where Steve was a very present member of the organization and helped in the congregation in so many special ways. Steve is a person of great humility, enormous wisdom, and special strength. And it's those qualities that helped to endear him to so many people within the congregation and the community and well beyond it too.
You can see the difference that he makes not only in Houston, but in different places around the world, South America, Israel, Minsk. He just doesn't think in the box. He thinks more, where can I do good and where can we promote Judaism?
Steve, you are a friend that will always step up to the plate. The one that I can always turn to when I have a need at the university that nobody else will take upon him.
Steve is one of my favorite people at ABGU. He has a big and generous heart, and spending time with him has always been interesting, instructive.
Steve was a remarkable ambassador. When he would come back from his World Union excursions and trips, he would tell us, not in a flattering way, but in a very serious way, the very real work that the World Union was doing on behalf of progressive Judaism everywhere. And in particular, he was very proud of what he and his wife were able to accomplish in Minsk.
When we opened Beit Simcha and a former Jewish street, this became House of Joy. Please remember that this is always your place. We wait for you in every holiday and every Shabbat. Thank God and thank you for what we have here in Minsk.
Steve, the congregation in Minsk is a testimony to your commitment to the future of progressive Judaism around the world.
Steve, it is my honor on behalf of the Men of Reformed Judaism to congratulate you on this well-deserved honor. Mazel tov.
He went global.
He did do that. He promised to retire 10 years ago, but still hasn't. So.
He loves it too much.
Yes.
Everything that he lends his hand to is filled with goodness and blessing, enduring Jewish values, and especially in the wide world that he reaches. And I hope that Steve will go from strength to strength as we often wish him, so that we can continue to enjoy the blessings that God has granted him.
Your commitment to the Jewish people and to bringing the connection between Houston and Congregation Emmanuel and our congregations in the former Soviet Union has led this movement forward in places we couldn't have dreamed of without you.
She wrote plays in elementary school. I know I was in the play from time to time.
She is a reflection of her parents and what they taught her and what they expected of her. She will.
And he and our mother did nothing on Friday nights other than going to services. 7th row right, and it was their way of pleasure. And they were very spiritual as a couple individually. It was charades that she had on TV then. And Buddy had arranged for groups to be on either side.
And they were a team. There's no question about it. They were a team, and their son Louis has followed right in his parents' footsteps. He too is a leader.
And we are so proud of you for the recognition that you're receiving this evening.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
We're proud of you. Congratulations!
We know there's going to be more recognitions to come, and we look forward to being part of those as well.
When I came into the family, she was stepping into leadership of sisterhood at Temple Emmanuel, and every year she was moving through the chairs of Temple, Regional, World Union, National Sisterhood, and I watched her every step of the way, and it must have rubbed off because I learned so much.
Leadership style encouraged me and at least 25 others to go on and be involved and give everything we had to give and become president of Emmanuel Sisterhood.
Dolores, who imbued in me the respect for sisterhood and the women of Reform Judaism and the role that they can play in a congregation. It was Dolores who, by her personal example, demonstrated the importance of being involved in a very basic, everyday sort of way as she would tutor the bar and bat mitzvah.
She's never counted an hour. She does it with full commitment, and I can tell you as the rabbi, if she's not happy with the way the program works because the kids aren't getting the best end of the deal, she was in my office letting me know where the shortcomings were because it has to be right.
In addition to Dolores helping my brother with his bar mitzvah speech and me 31 years later, he helped my daughter Erin with her bat mitzvah speech, and the following year Kendall, and connected with them, related to them, advised them, coached them. And Dolores, come May, Tally's coming your way.
It was Dolores who really nurtured and mentored me in ways that led to my future leadership activities at Emmanuel. It is really rare that anyone ever knows somebody like Dolores in their lifetime. So therefore I feel particularly honored that Dolores has been in my life and she's impacted it in such meaningful and significant ways.
This woman standing on the stage talking about helping women reach their potential. And I was hooked. I wanted what she had. And I have been so blessed that Dolores Wilkenfeld has been my mentor every step of the way. And I am honored to call her my friend.
She was the one who really welcomed me with open arms. She has been my mentor. She's the one who encouraged me and helped me with developing my leadership skills. Dolores is actually the person who told me that before you stand before a group of people and speak, you must have that lipstick on so that they can actually see your lips moving.
And all three of us said, we are blessed to call Dolores our friend, and more importantly, perhaps our mentor.
You are the woman that I always hoped to grow up to become. You are the consummate leader. You are gentle, you are kind, and you are so smart.
I've admired her. I've always wanted to be like her, which I could never reach. Her wonderful way with people, her wonderful way with words, her ability to bring everybody along with her, and her interest in me to help me grow and expand and learn along the way has been very special.
Dolores is a treasure to all of us. She has taught us, she has led us by example. She has been a wonderful leader in everything that she's touched that I know of. Dolores is just my friend, but she's been my guide all along the way.
Dolores was instrumental in developing congregational support and interest throughout the congregation, as well as our intermediary with the World Union. It was a thrill for me to see the congregation and meet the participants actually living Judaism in Russia.
Hello from Sharei Shalom community, St. Petersburg, Russia. I'm so happy to see you today, how we love you, how we are feeling your friendship, your support. I and all my congregation wish you many, many, many wellness, health, and success.
It seems that everywhere I go, whether I travel across the country or across the world, and I share with someone that I've met where I live and where I work, invariably someone will ask me, you must know Dolores Wilkenfeld. If you live in Houston, you work at Emmanuel, do you know Dolores Wilkenfeld? I met this amazing woman once from Houston, Texas, Dolores Wilkenfeld, maybe you know her. So her fame and her renown and her accomplishments certainly extend far beyond the walls of the synagogue, deep into the institutions and the work of our movement.
Thank you for your leadership in the World Union for Progressive Judaism, and in fact for the entire Reform movement here in the United States.
However high Dolores flies, however wide or deep or broad her arms stretch, her core is always at Emmanuel. She's a temple Jew. In fact, I've heard her use that phrase about herself.
You were one of the most influential people in shaping me as a rabbi, and I am so appreciative of all that you have done and will continue to do. May God bless you.
Thank you for your support, and thank you for all both of you do for the Jewish people.